Rebecca Stevens, and I'm here to discuss the importance of community involvement in stopping domestic violence. I myself, as a domestic violence victim and survivor, know the importance for the community to step up and help not only for the victim, but as for the community as well. Domestic violence has been viewed as a private matter, but I say to you as a survivor, that is not true. Domestic violence affects us all, not just the victim nor the abuser. This hurts our community greatly. According to USA Online, domestic violence cost in the United States is $8.3 billion. Lifetime costs paid by society for assault victims are $96 billion. According to National Statistics Organization, domestic violence hurts our business as well as our total health care costs, which are estimated in the hundreds of millions each year, which much is paid for by the employer. 37% of women who experienced domestic violence reported the abuse had an impact on their work performance in the form of lateness, missed work, keeping a job, or career advancements. As a victim, I agree with the statistics. As for myself, my partner would not allow me to keep a job. When I had one, due to his outburst, I was either late or missed days. I believe the first step is helping the domestic violence victims is to educate the community on what domestic violence is and what the warning signs are, as well as giving suggestions on how to step up and help someone if you see the abuse. Domestic violence is a pattern of behavior used to establish power and control over another person through fear and intimidation, often leading to threat or use of violence. Often it can be difficult to identify the types of abuse and what constitutes each type. Some telltale signs of abuse are name calling, putting one down, keeping a partner from contacting family and friends, withholding money, stopping a partner from getting a job or keeping a job, actual or threatened physical harm, sexual assault, stalking, and intimidation. In my situation, no one wanted to get involved. Many people knew, but thought like most people, and said it was between me and my partner. It's not anyone's place to get involved. But as a victim, I say it is. We the victims need the community. The intervention of neighbors and the wider community is one of the keys to stopping the violence. We can organize a network of people who will commit to intervene in domestic violence situations and help keep victims leave their abusers and provide a communal support structure for survivors. It's easier than you think to help victims of domestic violence and to stop the abuse. We just covered two areas: knowing what domestic violence is and what the warning signs are. Now, let's put that information into play by getting organized. Boost your community support by network technology by adding a safety app for victims to be able to alert you when they are in trouble. Ring the bell. If you are the neighbor of a family experiencing domestic violence, please take time to ring their bell or knock on the door when you hear a violent situation happening. You can use the old approach: can I borrow some sugar or can I borrow some milk? If you feel that it could be dangerous, bring some with you so it will be more than one witness. Be the backup. If your friend, neighbor, co-worker, classmate, mother, sister, daughter, daughter-in-law, niece, cousin is facing domestic violence, let them know you will be willing to be a witness or intervene on their behalf. While you are around, also let them know that they have a refuge in your home should they need it. If a victim of domestic violence reaches out to you, listen Let them know that you believe them and do not judge them for their choices. Victims often feel completely isolated and often belittled by their partner. It is important to enable them to feel safe when confiding in you. Have an intervention plan. Work out a plan to get intervention operation in action. Have the following numbers on standby for your use: the National Domestic Violence Hotline, the local police where the victim lives, the local Domestic Violence Center where the victim lives as well. Check on the victim often. Be a resource to them, as well as documenting any and all incidents that you see. Stopping domestic violence takes a community effort. The victim needs you to help. The community needs you to help. Local businesses need you to help. And the economy needs you to help. Stop the domestic violence. As for me, I know as well, as a survivor and a victim, what the difference it makes for just one person to step up. An officer who responded to one of the many calls of domestic violence at my home stepped up and gave me information and resources to help me get out of a 3-year domestic violence situation. I ask the community to step up and educate our community about domestic violence, but most of all, step up and stop the abuse. I ask you to join me, save a victim and your community as well.